Hi there, welcome to part 3 of the tutorial in which I'm going to show you how you can generate your hardware configuration for a TIA project. So, in the previous videos we created our main window, and then we created two classes in which we called these two CSV files. What I would like to do on the controller side, I would just like to go here on the IO card structure, and actually I would like to get the identifier and move it here in the middle, because actually I'm taking the second column, which is the identifier, and the third one is the position. So this is something that we should do. So let's move to our main window here. What I would like to do is just make everything a little bit nicer, and let's put the region here and say we have the events. At the end, let's put the end region. Perfect. This looks much better. And then I would like to create some helper functions that we're gonna use here. So let's go and say a region helper functions, and it's just gonna be and region. So the first helper function that I'm gonna do here is gonna be the find attribute. So let's go and say private string find attribute, and let's say get. Here we're gonna have device item, and let's say device, and then the attribute, which is gonna be a string. Okay, so let's go and create a variable called list, and let's go to our devices and get the attribute information. And now we are going to be able to do a for each loop. And here what we're going to look for. So let's go and say if item is going to be an if item name equal to attribute, then let's go and return our device and get attributes, and we're gonna get the attribute and do everything to string. And what I'm gonna have to do here, so if we're not gonna find the attribute, we are still gonna have to return something. So I will go and return string empty. Okay, let's go and create a second find attribute, but this time is gonna be a set. So let's go and say private void find attribute, and let's say it's gonna be a set. So here we're gonna have device items, composition, and let's say the devices. Then we're gonna have the attribute, and then I'm gonna go and say object value, and the value is actually gonna be what we're gonna set for that attribute. So let's go here and go for each loop, and here is gonna be in devices, and actually here we are able to go and copy the code from above, and just we're going to need to do just a little bit, some twitches. So here we're going to have D, and actually here we're going to delete this. So it's going to be D set attribute, and here we're going to have the attribute and then the value that we are gonna write there. Okay, so let's go and create our third helper function, and this is gonna be on the net is gonna be find network interfaces. So let's go and say private network interface find network interface. So here we're going to have a device item composition devices, and let's go and say we're going to have a variable network interface called network, which is going to be null, and let's just return this network. Okay, so let's go and do a for each loop for our devices that we have. Let's go and say in devices, here we're gonna say like this: if network is not gonna be equal with null, then continue. And then we are gonna actually go and say device get service network interface, like that. Okay, so let's go and drop another condition, another if, and let's say if it's not equal with null, then I will want to go and find the attribute which is gonna be interface type. So then we will have to see if it's equal to Ethernet. So if this is not the case, then our network is gonna be null. So let's go and drop another else if statement. So if our network nodes is gonna be null. Then let's go and set our network to null. Or if our network nodes count is gonna be equal with 0, then let's go and set our network to null as well. Okay, so let's go and drop the last condition. So if the network is gonna be null, then let's set the network with find network interface, and we're gonna go and say device item. Okay, perfect. So right now we created almost all of the helper functions. I'm gonna do the last one, which is gonna be the find the rail. So let's go and say private device item. So find a rail, and here I'm gonna have device item composition, and we're gonna have some devices here. So let's go and do a for each loop. So devices, and if the item name contains rack, then we should return the item. Otherwise, you should return find rail, and it's gonna be item device items. And at the end, we should return a null if we're not gonna find nothing. Okay, so right now we created our helper functions, and here we kind of started the function to create the devices. Let's actually go finish this function and create the function to generate the devices. So here we put everything in a list. So let's go with the for each loop, and there's going to be a var a in add device, and here we're gonna go and say variable device, and it's gonna be project devices, and create with item. And here we're gonna have order number, and here we will have to go and put our object identifier. So right now we're gonna put the variable that we created when we imported the CSV file, and let's just say here we're gonna have a identifier, and then just put the name of the device that we're gonna have here. And here we're gonna have devices add, and let's add device. Okay. What I would like to do here is just create a message, because it would be nice to have some information, and actually that's the reason that we created the list box. So let's go and say date, time. Let's say it's gonna be now, and let's convert it to string. And here we're gonna have so device, and device let's do it like this. It's going to be either a device name, or we can actually get the value from here. So I'm just going to take the device name, and I'm going to say was created. Okay. So right now we can say we are creating our two devices. Let's go and create another function, and this function is gonna be our generate device function. Here we're gonna call all the functions. So private void generate device, and here I'm gonna do something like this using portal. Let's create a new instance of TIA portal, and let's say here we're gonna have TIA portal mode with user interface. And here let's go and set our path. So it's gonna be a new directory info, and here just let's go and put the path from our text box, and let's say project is gonna be portal projects and create. And here we're gonna have our path, and then I'm gonna take the value from the text box from the PLC name. So I would like our project to be called as the PLC. So I created this, and of course would be quite nice to have some information here. So let's go and say project, and it's gonna be project name was created. What I would like to do here actually is go and see if we already have this project where we want to save it. And if we have it, I would like to delete it, because otherwise we are gonna get an error here when we will want to create a new project. So let's go and say if directory exists, and let's go and say path text, and let's go and say PLC name text. So if this exists, then we're gonna do it something like this. Let's drop a return here, and then let's go and do a try. So let's go and throw an event handler here. So say it's gonna be an exception, and we should catch it. So if this exception is gonna come, then we're gonna say the exception, which we have here. Let's put the message of the exception. Okay, perfect. So here I would like to go and say if delete is checked, then I will actually want to go and delete it. Delete, and I'm going to take the path that we have here, paste it here, and just say, yeah, it's true. And here would be nice to have some information. So let's go and say project, and let's go and take the project name. Was deleted. Okay, so right now we are gonna create a project, and actually we should go and create the devices as well. So it's gonna be our project here, and if we're still calling functions, let's go and call the generate device function on our events. So right now we are actually able to create our TIA project. What I would like to do, I would like to create another function which is actually gonna save our project. So it's gonna be private void save project. So let's do like this. So if project is not null, then project save. And actually we can even put some information here, something that's gonna tell us. So project, and it's gonna be project name was saved. Okay, so let's go save everything, and let's rebuild the solution and launch our application. Let's go and see what we have here. So let me go and say I want to generate the devices. So this is going to take a little bit of time, and I'm gonna just do a fast forward. So it looks that it's, yeah, this is a error actually, so it should be order number. So you you kind of should be careful when you're writing everything. So let's go close this project, and in this way we're going to be able to test our application. So because right now we should have the project already there. Let's go and see if we are gonna delete the project that is there. So let's go and say generate. Of course, we deleted the project. Let's go and generate again. As before, I'm just gonna do a fast forward. Okay, so right now we generated the devices. So we created a project, we generated 2 devices, so I would say we're on the right track. Our generator is working good until now. And what I would actually like to do, seeing that we created the save project function, I would actually like to go and call this here, like that. So this is all for this tutorial. On the next one, I'm gonna show you how you can create the other devices. So see you on the next one.